afternoon, sir. I am Yvonne Akinyi from ZTech University, pursuing Bachelor of Journalism. I am here to interview you on the new curriculum. What about you?
Well, Yvonne, I'm teacher Alfred, teaching here at Landmark School, and we are very happy to have you here this moment to discuss more about the CBC. Yes, feel at home, feel welcome.
Thank you. So I have some questions to ask you about the new curriculum. Are you willing to answer them?
Yes, go on. I'm very much ready to answer the questions.
My first question is, what is your overview on the new curriculum?
Okay, my overview over the competency-based curriculum, they call it so, is a little bit funny. There is that positive side of it, there is a negativity in it. So you find that generally it is a good curriculum. It is a very good curriculum. But now its implementation needs a lot of resources. Yes, a lot of resources on the ground. So now that we don't have enough resources, that brings in now the negativity because it is not fully implemented as it is supposed to be. Yes.
So can the government say it's able to provide the resources for you? Has it not yet provided the resources?
Well, the resources the government is providing are not enough. Even this thing is vast and it is tedious. Yes, it also needs the involvement of the parent. Apart from that support that comes from the government, which of course the government is trying. But now looking at it, you'll find that it needs like 4 times that effort the government is trying to apply for it to succeed.
Okay, so the new curriculum, the competency-based curriculum,
Yes.
was formed so that it can be better than the 844 curriculum by providing skills to the pupils. What are some of the skills that you're providing to the pupils?
Well, even in the 844 we had skills, but now the methodology or the methodical ways of doing it are different because you find that in the 844 we had the skills like the listening, the speaking, the seeing, and all those. But now this one is now coming with a vast understanding of skills, whereby we are developing unique skills in the learners at early age. So skill like learning to learn. It was there, but then we never knew it clearly. It was not clear that we are doing learning to learn as a competence. We never knew that we were doing collaboration, communication as a competency. But you see, it is clear in the competency-based curriculum that we are now aiming to produce these 7 core competencies, and they make a full person. Like in the past, we never had the digital understanding. Now that we have it in the 21st century, why don't we involve the learners in becoming in digital literates? Yes.
It sounds interesting. Next, on to my next question.
Now,
What are the successes of the new curriculum?
the successes are there, but not very much because it is something that is still, I can say, on piloting, a piloting project. But let me say that comparing the current grade 6 to the former standard 6 pupils, you'll find that these guys are far much ahead of the former standard 6 in terms of reasoning, yes, in terms of personality, in terms of the efficacy, yes, they are molded differently. Yes, remember the seven core competencies that we have talked about right now. They are molding a learner to become a unique learner. In fact, at the end, we are going to make the eco heroes.
This makes me want to go back to my own self so that I can join this new curriculum.
All right.
And my next question.
Pardon?
My next question.
Yes.
On the contrary, what are the setbacks that you have encountered when dealing with this new curriculum?
Yeah, well, we have setbacks. In every thing that is doing well, we must have disadvantages. Yes, we must have people criticizing negatively, and we have a number of things that we can count. Like one, there is no proper preparation by the government. Yeah, so you find that like when we are changing the grades, like right now we have grade 6, they will be graduating to the lower secondary or junior secondary. So you find that the year comes and we don't have enough materials in the bookshop, and teachers are not well trained. You find that parents are not aware of what is to be done. So these are the hiccups in between. Yeah, so that is brought about by lack of preparedness in the side of the government. Because this curriculum, yes, as I have told you, it really needed proper planning, and to allow that good implementation, it needed that proper planning, which the government did not do. The government rushed it, yes, though it is a very good curriculum. So those are some of the setbacks that the parents are not aware. So forcing somebody to do what he or she is not aware of becomes difficult, and that lowers our productivity. Like you find that when we go to our lesson plan, we have the columns, different columns. This is our lesson plan template, yes, that we are using here. So you find that inside we have this column that is talking about suggested parental involvement activity or community service learning activity. So you find that that area is really failing us because the parents are not doing their part. So whatever we are writing there, they don't implement. So you find that in most cases, it is something with the record, but that record is not implemented in the learners. So that one is a setback. Teachers are not trained. When you want good productivity from the teachers, train them, prepare them, and then you can also give them good salary. Yes, and if possible, elevate them so that they become not just usual teachers, but extraordinary teachers. So there are some of the setbacks. Then maybe lastly, the learners are also learning this curriculum for the first time. So you find that there are those new learning areas that were introduced, that they are learning for the first time. So they also, as much as they learn, but it takes them that time to learn like nearly 12 learning areas. Yes.
Okay. On to our next question.
Well,
what are some of the impacts that what has CBC impacted on the learners, teachers, and the parents?
Yes, much on the learners. You see, learners are the people at the center of this thing, and if they can't learn or benefit from it, then we are doing nothing. Yes, they are the center of benefit. Interest. Now, the learners, just as I had told you earlier, that comparing the CBC learners to the 844, you'll find that their thinking ability is ahead. Yes, they are not just like the 844 guys. Yes, remember these are also the learners that are in the 21st century, and they have that light brain to grasp the concept very fast. Yes, so learners are really enjoying the CBC. Learners are enjoying the CBC, and they are coming up with um, creativity, yes, different inventions. Like some learners really shocked us. Yes, they came up with a connection of a circuit plate. We don't know where that one was collected from, but used one. And some wires, the used wires, the phone battery, and the bulbs, and they could maneuver to connect to produce light. Something that we really wondered how they realized that this piece of solar can be connected to this circuit plate through these wires, and then energy is taken into the bulbs to light. That really shocked us. Yes, so and very many other things. Even the practicals that they do in classes, some are making very powerful instruments under the instruction of the teacher. Yes, so learners have gained. Two, teachers have also gained because there is that the refresher courses that teachers are undertaking. Yeah, this one is really boosting the teachers because for you to teach, you must read. Yes, if you gonna leave, maybe stop reading today, then tomorrow don't get into a classroom. So this has really built us as teachers that we get new knowledge every day. Yeah, so teachers are sharpened. Yes, we receive facilitators from the government. We also organize for the local facilitators. They come and we discuss the CBC. Yes, the outcomes of the CBC. Yes, so in that way, the teachers are also getting. We find that even the approach that they are giving the learners is different. Yes, it's very different. On the side of parents, I don't see much because they are not involved directly in the CBC. Yes, even sometimes when we task them to bring us the locally available materials to make the projects, they really criticize. Yes. But you see, sometimes when they critique positively, that only builds the learners and the teachers. But if it is negative, now it kills the teachers and learners at the same time. So the parents are not gaining because they are not enlightened. Yes, the government should come up with a program of training the learners. Yes, whether online or how they wish it done, it should take place because right now I will crack your ribs when I tell you that a learner is in grade 6 and you find that the parent does not know what grade 6 entails. Yes. So that is how serious it is. So parents do not follow up. Yes. So they need that enlightenment, yes, from the ministry and from the school. Yes, and you see schools like private schools, everything is money. So for you to call the parents and you bring them a facilitator, it is costly. Yes, and it is that this money should come from them. Yes, so that is why we are failing that side. Yes.
So what you're trying to say is that the government should organize for how it can educate the parents more on the new curriculum so that they can also participate with the teachers and the learners.
Actually, they need to do that because for this curriculum to succeed, there is that parent participation that is 100% needed there. So if they are not involved in this through those regular trainings, you find that this curriculum might not succeed per se.
On to my next question.
Yes.
You as a parent, how was the CBC, you as a parent or CBC learner, what is the widest engagement while dealing with the CBC learner?
Well, Yvonne, that one is a very good question, though critical, because you find that this is the only curriculum that I've seen in this country whereby a parent participates as a learner. So there is that equal participation. Because when homework is given, then there are some that just require the participation of a parent and not even the learner. Yes, like go take this to your parent to do for you. Yes, do this with your parent. Yeah. So you find that that way it becomes hectic because as a parent, I'm looking into the well-being of the learner and the entire family. I want to look for food to be put on the table. I want to look for the school fee to pay for them. I want to look for the other fundamental basics that are required in the house. And then at the same time, I should also be found within the participatory method of learning in the house as well. So it is broad. It is broad. So it gives us burden as the parents. But again, we are gaining some little knowledge because these things that we are doing together with the learners, we did not do them in our curriculum of the 844. Yes, but now what do we do? It is a policy of the government, it has been implemented, we will have to follow it, and we will have to perfect it together as a team. Yes.
I think CBC is enabling parents to participate more on the learner's work because most parents get from their work, concentrate on their work, but they do not know what their learners are engaging in. They just want the teachers to do all the work for them, teach their children, they come back home with the results and continue. So,
yeah, actually that is what we were used to. Yes, in the 844, that is what we were used to. And we could only give that light engagement, directing the learners or checking whether they have done the homework. But this is whereby the parent has to confirm and affirm that the homework is done the right way. And there are some areas whereby the parent has to participate directly in that book. Yes. So that is how it is. Yes.
On to my last question.
Yes.
What would you recommend to the government to do so that it can fill the needs that have been manifested in the new curriculum?
Yeah, we have the remedies for the government, though we cannot implement them on behalf of the government. Yes, we must be given that go ahead for us to implement them. Like ensuring that the resources are enough on the ground. That is one thing. Then resources are vast in nature. So we have resource materials, then we have resource persons. Yes, so human resource. We need enough teachers. This curriculum is vast, and therefore it needs that number of teachers to double, if possible. Yes, for it to work efficiently, the number must double. Yeah, the TAC registered teachers, that number must double. Then, number two, I've talked about resource materials. We need books in schools. We need some gadgets, like the government told us that they bring some laptops, though in some schools they were taken. So every school should be connected to the power. Yes, to run those gadgets for the succession of that digital literacy, because it is a component there that is supposed to be looked into. So if we don't have power connected to the school, we don't have a gadget to use, we don't have a Wi-Fi network connected in school, you'll find that it is still a challenge. It is still a challenge. Then, apart from that, you'll find that most of this curriculum is designed in a manner that it touches on digital learning every day. So there will be Googling of information. Yes. So we have apps like Chrome, we have Google app, and those becomes very important apps to the learner. But you see, when we don't have power, we don't have Wi-Fi network, these things are just but a dream. Yes, they are just but a dream. Then I've talked about the enlightenment in the side of the parents. Yes, parents are supposed to be literally taught to know what the CBC is. They need to understand it so that when they are given some work to do back at home, they do it with a lot of ease. Yes, they do it with a lot of ease. Then what else? I think this thing also needs time. Yes, it needs time. So if the government can work on a new timetable, yes, for sure this thing needs time, because you have just seen the structure of our lesson plan template. You'll find that a lot of activities are supposed to be done there. So these activities, they need time. Like you go there, sit in groups, discuss in pairs, and do this, come and present, do this. The teacher is also doing his part. So within 35 minutes, you cannot succeed, yeah, in making your outcome. Yes, outcome. That is the current objective of the CBC. So if at all the government can come up with a different timetable of maybe around 45 minutes, that can help teachers make this competency-based curriculum a reality and not a dream.
So we hope that the government will listen to this and put more effort on what you have just said. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, they should put more emphasis, and they should implement these ones, because these are things that are on the ground. Yes, because when they implement things in the offices, they don't come on the ground and see, is it really working? Yes, so sometimes they should also come on the ground, like a day we just spend here with the CS, yes, and his office, so that they can see exactly what teachers are undergoing. Yes. Thank you very much. You are most welcome.
Thank you for having me.